All right, welcome. Thanks for being here. I'm Matthew, and in this class, we're going to go ahead and strengthen the center of your body. We'll do a fairly well-rounded and thorough strengthening of the midsection. This class is intended to be used as the warm-up or a warm-up for an even longer class, but it is good enough to just be used on its own. It will stand on its own. As well, if you're already doing a longer practice and you're looking to get let's say a core strengthening section into a longer class, this could slide right into that slot as well. What's going to be helpful for class is if you have a block as well as some space on each side of your mat, as we'll be doing a little bit of twisting from side to side once we get going. So resituate your room and then lie down on your back. Now, once you lie down, bend your knees and place your block in between your thighs. Once you get the block in there, go ahead and squeeze your block. Just squeeze your thighs into your block. I didn't say it, but you might hear a little bit of a beeping noise as I have a cycle timer going in the background. So yeah, if you hear it, you're not crazy. It really is a beeping noise. But squeeze your block, feel what starts to engage. It's going to be your inner thighs and your inner hips, as well as a little bit of the lower abdomen and let's say pelvic floor will start to engage. So just keep that going for like another 1 or 2 breaths. One more inhale. Keep the block there, just release the engagement. So we're going to start off pretty simply here, but we will progressively build into a much stronger, robust experience. So next exhale, squeeze your block. Do exactly the same work. Squeeze your block. Feel the inner thighs engage. Feel the lower abdomen slightly engage. And just stay right there. Take a few breaths. One more inhale. Keep the block there, just release the engagement on your exhale. So just 1 or 2 resting breaths, and then we're going to add on to this, okay? So next exhale, hug your knees in towards your chest. Feel how your lower back just pushed into the floor. Maintain that and move your knees away from your chest now. So just move the knees away from the chest far enough you feel that your lower back wants to lift up away from the floor, but don't let it. Keep squeezing the belly down. Maybe flex your feet. Maybe lift your shins a little bit higher. Another inhale. Then, as you exhale, go ahead and lower your feet all the way down and take a resting breath. We're going to repeat that again. So next exhale, hug your knees in towards your chest. And that's just so you can get your lower back into the floor. All right, now maintain that and then move your thighs away from your chest. To load it up a little bit more, if you actually bring your shins more parallel to the floor, that will load up the demand a little bit more. But pull your belly down. One more inhale. And then lower all the way down as you exhale. Take a deep cycle of breath here. We're going to add on to this. So next exhale, pull your knees in towards your chest, but this time lift your head and upper back off the floor and reach forward. All right. Go ahead and move your knees a little bit away from your chest and then lift your chest higher. And then once you get the chest up, move your knees a little bit in towards your chest and then squeeze the abdominal region more. So I like to flex my ankle joints just so it feels a little more active. One more in-breath. Lower all the way down on your out-breath. Rest. Take a deep inhale. Deep full exhale and get ready for the second round of that. Go ahead and lift your head and upper back off the floor. Pull your knees in and then reach forward. Move your knees a little bit away from your chest. That's going to help lift your chest. And then once it's there, pull your knees a little bit in towards your chest to engage the lower abdominal region, hip flexors a little bit more. Keep reaching forward. Get your shoulder blades off the floor. Next exhale, lower all the way down. You can remove the block. And then reach your legs straight up towards the roof. Now we're going to do leg lifts. And if you need support, slide your hands underneath your buttocks. But if it's still too much, do one leg at a time, okay? Stretch through your legs and then lower your legs. And then as you exhale, bring your legs back up. And then keep going. So the inhale is lower and the exhale is lift. So keep going on your own pacing here. Try to minimize the back bend as much as you can. Okay, rest after you finish the next round. All right, now if hands by your sides is just too easy, reach your arms overhead. If you did one leg last time, do the other leg this time. Let's go for it. Raise your legs, lower, and then lift them up. So keep going on your own pacing. Minimize the back bending as best you can. All right, once you finish out that round, go ahead and rest. Now the next round, we'll do the same thing, but once you bring the legs up, lift your hips up. Go ahead and lift your hips up. Do this one with your hands interlaced behind your head. So reach your legs up, interlace your fingers behind your head, elbows pointed up, and then lower your legs. And then as you exhale, legs in, lift your hips up. And then keep going. If you can get your knees to touch your elbows, go for it. After you finish that round, rest. We'll do one more of those. Go for it. Interlace your fingers behind your head, elbows up, legs up, and then lower them on an inhale, and then raise them. So keep going. As you bring your legs up, lift your hips up. Go as fast or as slow as you need to. After you finish that one, rest. Make sure you have some room on either side of you and put your block in between your legs. And bring your shins up parallel to the floor. Put the block in between your knees and then reach your arms out to the sides. So shins parallel to floor, flex your ankle joints, reach your arms out, and then squeeze your block. Now ground both your shoulders down into the floor. We'll do a little bit of twisting for this one. We're going to be twisting from side to side, so make sure you have some room on either side of your mat or on both sides of your mat. All right, so squeeze your block, and then on your next exhale, lower your knees to the right. Come back through center for an in-breath, and then exhale, lower your knees to the left. Come back through center, and then as you exhale, go to the right, and then just keep going on your breath there. So the exhale is twist, The inhale is untwist, and then the exhale is twist the other side. So keep going. All right, finish it out and then rest. Now, if that was too easy, the next round, I'm going to have you straighten one leg. So the option is straighten the top leg. So as you twist to your left, straighten your left leg out, up, and then twist, or I'm sorry, when you twist to your right, straighten your left leg out, and then untwist, and then switch legs, right leg up, and then twist to the left. So it's that top leg that's straight if you're trying to add a little bit more demand, a little bit more load. Finish that out and rest. Now you could stick with either one of those two or now both legs straight. Okay? So go for it, set up. And then as you exhale, twist to your right. Come back through center, and then as you exhale, twist the other way. Keep going. Finish out both sides. And then as you finish those out, rest. You can place the block off to the side, come around to hands and knees, and then come into down dog. Now the next one is just holding plank pose for about 30 seconds. So if you need to put your knees down or come down to your forearms in plank, then just go for it. But take another breath here. And then rock forward to plank pose. So yeah, if you need your knees down, bring the knees down and lift your feet up. If it's too much on your wrist, then just bring your forearms down and possibly your knees down if you need that as well. But move your tailbone in the direction of your heels and cinch up your abdomen. So pull the ribs in towards each other and pull your ribs down towards your pelvis a little bit. Look a little bit forward. So head in line with the rest of your spine. Downward facing dog. We're going to do that again. Just take another breath or two in down dog. All right, plank pose. Came sooner than I thought. Lucky you. Lucky us. Now, even though there's not a block in between your thighs, squeeze as if you had a block in between your thighs. That'll actually turn on more of your midsection. Try to keep your head in line with the rest of your spine, as it has a tendency just to kind of drop. If you lift your head up, it'll actually put more demand on the midsection. Pull back to downward facing dog. And then let's come down to the abdomen, so lower all the way down to your belly. Reach your arms back. We'll do locust pose. Palms on the floor. Now lift up, everything up for an inhale, but then lower everything down on the exhale. Again, lift everything up on your inhale. Lower everything down as you exhale. Keep going. We could do one more. Lower down and rest. We're going to do another set of locust repetitions. Set it up. Come on up on your in-breath. Lower down on your out-breath. Again, lift up. Lower down. Keep going. Don't worry about how high you go. Just stretch your arms a little bit longer, legs a bit longer as you lift. Come down and rest. Come up to hands and knees or do a push-up and then pull back to downward facing dog. One more inhale here. Lower down to hands and knees as you exhale. Now, if your wrists are feeling it, just make fists. So you can do it on fists or you can do it regular plank style. But reach your right leg back and then cinch up the abdomen. Go ahead and pull the ribs up and cinch the belly in as you lift your right foot off the floor. And don't worry about how high you go with that right foot. The tendency is for people that want to lift their right leg as high as they can go, and that's not what we're doing here. I want you to maintain the integrity of the midsection, meaning I don't want you back bending, I don't want you dropping your abdomen down towards the floor. Do the opposite of that. Actually keep the belly in and then lift your right leg. All right, bring your right knee all the way down. Let's go ahead and set up the second side. So just stretch the left leg back to start. Then cinch up your abdomen. Go ahead and get it all bundled up there and online. Then maintain it. Then lift your left leg up off the floor. Left foot up off the floor. And you're going to notice that your belly just wants to instantly drop. For now, just don't do that. Because in a moment where I'm going to have you do it in plank or forearm plank if you choose. And I just want you to get the feeling of what we're doing here in a less demanding position. Bring your knees down. Sit back on your heels just for a few breaths. Get off your wrists. That was long enough. Come to hands and knees. Down dog, and then plank pose. Okay, step your feet a little bit closer together, if not all the way together. If you need to come down to your forearms, come down to your forearms. But same thing, cinch up the abdomen and then lift one foot up off the floor. So keep the belly pulling in, try not to distort the center of your body too much. Bring your head in line with your spine. Down dog. Down dog to the rescue. Plank pose. If you need to come to your forearms, do it. Otherwise, step your feet closer together or all the way together and lift the other leg off the floor. Cinch your abdomen in. Tailbone down towards your heels or down towards the floor, ribs in. Bring your head in line with your spine. Downward facing dog. You're welcome. Lower down to your abdomen. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Set up locust pose again, this time holding it. Lift up. Those of you that interlacing doesn't actually allow you to get your chest up, then don't interlace. Lower down, rest. set up for the second side, so interlace your fingers the other way. Lift your shoulders, and then let's go for it. Come on up. Holding. Okay, lower down. Rest. Do a push-up or go to hands and knees, back to downward facing dog. Bend your knees and send your butt up to the sky. Send your buttocks higher, hips higher. Walk yourself forward to the top edge of your mat, fold forward there. Then stand up. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please hit the thumbs up button down below. And if you want to stay up to date with all of the videos I upload to this channel, hit the subscribe button as well as turn on the notification bell so you can stay up to date. If you want to get in touch with me, leave a comment in the comments section down below. I do read all of your comments, and I will sometimes base my video making decisions off of the comments I receive from you guys. So if you have any ideas about things you would like to see on this channel, please leave me a comment there and I'll see what I can do. All right, thanks again.